Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a really long time since I last posted, but honestly the past few months have been a little crazy. I've had a lot going on, which is why I have been MIA from YouTube, but things have finally died down, so here I am. So today I'm actually getting ready because me and the boo are going out for a romantic dinner date. So I decided, why not film it, right? I plan to probably go all out. Well, actually, I have in mind to wear a red dress, so I kind of want to do a red lip, meaning I have to tone it down in the eyes, but I always say that and it never happens, so we will see. So yeah, if you guys want to see me get ready for my date tonight, then just keep watching. Okay, so usually when I'm getting ready and I'm going to do, or at least I plan to do a lot of my face, I like to do my hair first, especially since I am curling it, and that way I can kind of pin it down and it will last me all night. So I already added some dry shampoo. I actually use this guy right here. It's just by Dove. I really like it. I love the scent of coconut. And it's actually really funny because I love the way it smells, but I hate the way it tastes. I don't know why. But I usually grab everything with a coconut scent in it. So I already sprayed that all through my hair. I am also working with about 3 or 4 day old hair. I'm actually kind of ashamed to actually think about if it's 3 or 4, so I'm just gonna say it's either one. So I think that will help to hold the curl longer. So I kind of did it purposely too. So I already sprayed my dry shampoo and I already brushed through it. So I am just gonna kind of separate it. I always do it in just layers. So I'm just gonna tie my hair up here. And to curl my hair, I'm going to be using the Numi wand. You guys have seen me use this before. I used it when I filmed my Get Ready to Go See Beyonce. So I am just going to be doing the same exact thing. So I'm probably just going to show you guys a few clips here. Probably just the bottom layer, and then I will just skip through it. You guys have seen it before. I can put down the video in the bottom if you want to see everything. But what I basically do is I just roll it up as you just saw, kind of hold it there for a few seconds. I actually don't go all the way to the top and I don't go all the way to the bottom, so I just curl that middle piece and just let it drop. The only thing that I am doing differently this time is that I'm going to clip it. We are going to dinner by the bay, so it's going to be a really pretty scene. And I want to sit outside, and I live in Miami where it's super humid, so you know, it's always a constant battle with the hair. So I need to try to do everything that I can in order to make this last, because I'm trying to look cute all night, you know. So I'm just gonna keep doing this all throughout my hair. Just wrap it around, hold it awkwardly, and grab it. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that to the rest of my hair. I'll probably get back to you guys when I'm doing the front portion, just so you guys can see how I style the front. So yeah, I'll see you with the rest of my hair pretty much done. So I went ahead and did that to the rest of my hair. I only left this top piece to show you guys. I actually don't know if I want to do a side part or a middle part. Think I'm gonna do a side part. Okay, so now that I have that parted, I'm just gonna grab this little strand of hair over here and kind of wrap it around. And once it drops, I'm just gonna hold it again here and kind of just place it back. Try to find somewhere I can clip it in. Right? I know I look crazy, but I swear it really does help. Finally, last piece. I always get kind of confused on how to do this. I think it's that I like it down low like that. Yeah, I think that's how it is. We'll see. Now that I look absolutely crazy and my hair is pinned down, I am going to spray some hairspray. And this is the Garnier Fructis Volume Spray. Just this big guy right here. Like a random guy here. So let me just curl that. Now that that's taken care of, I'm gonna go ahead and spray. Try not to get that in my mouth. I think that's good. So that's gonna be it for the hair for now, and I'm gonna move on to my makeup. And as always, I'm going to start priming my face, and I'm using the Smashbox So Chill Coconut Primer Water. So you guys have seen this before. I'm gonna shake it up a little bit and try not to go too crazy. So now that that has sunk into my skin, I'm going to move on to another primer, and that is the the Silk Canvas. I'm really enjoying this. I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I do because my skin, well, like I've mentioned before, my skin is sometimes dry, sometimes oily, so I didn't think this was going to work for me for those sometimes oily times, but I've actually really enjoyed it. So I just got a little bit of it in between my fingers and kind of just applying it all over my face. Um, really focusing here on the T-zone and my cheeks, just really patting it into my skin. Right, and now that I gave that a few to sink in, I'm going to move on to yet another primer because apparently I'm extra. So I'm going to apply here the Smashbox, the original Photo Finish Smoothing and Blurring Primer. I also really enjoyed this one, but you guys have seen this a few times before already, so nothing new. I'm just going to go ahead and warm it up, and same thing, kind of just apply it to my T-zone. Okay, now that our skin is nice and prepped, I'm going to move on to, not foundation yet actually. I'm going to move on to color correcting my under eyes. So I'm going to be using the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector in light medium, so this little pot right here. I do find that it makes a difference. Right now my under eyes aren't that bad, but a few weeks back I went through like a little bit of a crisis down there. I think it's that I switched over to a different makeup remover, and for some reason all over my skin it works perfectly fine, but I think that when I use it on my under eyes, for some reason it just like starts scabbing and then it just looks very irritated. So I need to throw those away, but I bought like a bulk of them because they come 5 to a pack or something like that. So, you know, I don't want to throw them away. So what I'm doing is that I'm using it on the rest of my face since I don't have an issue with it, and just try to avoid my under eye. And that has been working. Thankfully, they are back to normal. Now that that's nice and bright, I'm actually going to apply my eyeshadow primer. I always forget to do this step because, like I just did again, I started with my face instead of my eyes, which is what I normally do, but something happens when I get behind the camera that everything flips around and I forget that. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this now just to have it nice and prepped for when I actually do start my eyeshadow. Oh, and I forgot to mention, this is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, the original one. Okay, now we can move on to my favorite part, which is foundation. And I have found the best mixture in my opinion, and that is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. And I'm going to mix it in with the YSL All Hours, what is it? All Hours Foundation. These two together is just like beyond amazing. I don't know what it is. I mean, this one by itself is pretty amazing, especially for drugstore. I've been using this all the time now. And when I want a little extra something, I'll add this in there, and just trust me. So the L'Oreal, I forgot to mention, is in the shade 420, and the YSL is in the shade BD40. So I'm going to go ahead and shake these up. And I'm going to apply probably just like 2 pumps of the L'Oreal to the back of my hand, to about 1 pump of the YSL, and just mix it back there. And I'm going to start just kind of swiping it down my face with this hair. I'm going to focus most of it out here and not put that much in here because I am going to go in with concealer anyways. I'm not going to go too crazy on that part right now. I'm gonna pounce it into my skin using the Real Techniques Face and Body Sponge. You guys have seen this before as well. This is a new one. I finally got rid of the one that I had before where I just kept cutting it. But I don't know, I mean it worked, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? I don't know if you guys see this, but that was just a really light layer, and I feel like it just looks so amazing. Yes. I'm also applying it to my lid area to cancel out any veins or discoloration I may have. Alright, so now that we have our foundation down, I'm going to move on to concealer, and I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Fair Neutral, and I'm also going to mix in a little bit of the Givenchy Mr. Light, what is this? Instant Light Corrective Pen, and it is in the shade, I believe, 3. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with the Tarte one first. And I don't think I'm going to go too crazy with this. I'm going to kind of just do it down here. I'm not going to get too close to my eye because I find that sometimes it can crease up a little bit. And I think it's because I get too close in there. Anyways, I am going to apply shadow down there, so I don't need to go crazy with this. And I'm also going to add a little bit of that Givenchy. So it's one of these little clip pens. I hate that. I was going to apply it to my nose, but I think I'm going to skip that for today. And I'm going to use the same sponge and pounce it around. It's pretty brightening. And like, I feel like I didn't apply that much, but maybe my definition of not too much is not right. Alright, and now that I have my concealer down, I'm going to move on to setting powder. And don't know if I'm going to... Yeah, I think I'm going to go in with this Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. I've been using this lately and I actually like it more than setting it with an actual setting powder. You know, like the Laura Mercier or the Too Faced powder. So I think I'm going to give this a try. So I am going to apply that using the Morphe M536 brush. And I'm just going to kind of pounce it down here. I don't think it really does anything as far as brightening my under eye area, but I do like the finish it leaves when I set it. Plus I did my brightening with the concealer, so it's not a big deal for me. And now that I set everywhere that I placed the concealer, I'm going to set the rest of my face. And I think for this I am going to go into the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. And kind of just really quickly go everywhere around my face. Now I'm going to apply a little bit of this L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion, and it is in the shade Light Glow 902. I'm just going to get a little bit and just apply it to where I would normally apply my highlighter. I just started using this recently as well and really like it. I find that I don't really need to contour my nose with this. It kind of does it by itself. I don't know how, but I'm loving it. So I'm gonna just apply it up here. Beautiful. And I like these kind of like glowy, wet looking highlights more than the glittery ones. So I've really been enjoying this. Right, and now I'm going to move on to bronzing my skin. And I'm going to be using the e.l.f. powder, and it's the Prime and Stay Finishing Powder in medium dark. And I'm going to apply that using the Sonia Kashuk number 100 big fluffy brush. So I'm going to dip in there and kind of blend on the lid. Start bronzing up the skin, girl. Also placing it on my forehead. And to contour, I'm going to dip into the Hoola Benefit bronzing powder. And I think I'm going to use the same little kabuki brush that it comes with. That is sharp, girl. And now I'm going to move on to my blush, and I'm going to be using this Tarte little blush I got, I think in one of those birthday things Ulta gives you, and it is in the shade Party, and I'm applying that with the Morphe M105 brush. And I'm I'll just lightly get it in there and spread whatever's on my brush around the lid here. And just apply it to the apples of my cheeks here. A really subtle color. It doesn't really do much, but I think that's what this look needs though. And I'm going to use the Morphe M406, this little dual fiber brush, to kind of just brush everything together and blend it out. And now I'm going to clean up under my contour, and I'm going to dip back into the Laura Mercier loose powder and the same M536 brush that I used for my concealer. So I think that's gonna be good for the face for now. So I'm gonna start working on my eyes, and like I said before, I'm gonna try to be a little neutral. I was thinking of maybe like a light neutral bronzy look with a smoked out upper lash eyeliner. So I don't know. I think that's what I'm gonna try to do. So I'm going to start working on my transition shade, and I'm going to dip into the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina palette, the shade Incense, with my M504 brush from Morphe. And I'm just going to go up here on my crease. Whoops, I may have applied too much, but just going to spread it over here. It's okay, I could just blend it out. Actually a little warmer than I wanted it to be, but I'll try to hide it a little bit. And I'm going to try to like extend it out here, kind of in a V shape in the corner. And now that that shade is down, I'm going to try to make it a little less warm using the Warm Taupe from the Modern Renaissance palette. And I'm going to use this one. I'm going to apply that using the Morphe M511. So I'm going to dip in there and kind of shake off the excess here and apply that in the crease. Yeah, I think that is a lot better. Okay, so I think that's more of what I was going for. So this is a tricky part because part of me thinks that I should do like a matte look, and then another part of me wants a kind of bronzy look. I might just go in here. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go into the Urban Decay Naked palette, the original one, and I'm going to apply. I'm gonna apply Smog, and I'm gonna use the same brush that the palette comes with. So I'm just gonna kind of lightly go in there and apply the shade all over my lid. So that might be. I'm going to go back to the same 511 brush and kind of blend the edges together. Make sure there's no harsh lines. I don't know, I think that might be a little too dark. So I'm going to try to lighten it up. So I think it might be a little bit too dark. So I'm going to use the Stila Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow in the shade Smoky Storm. These things are awesome. They're so intense. So I'm going to just kind of place it where I place the lid color. And it is not much brighter. It's just more glittery. Okay, yeah, that wasn't what I was going for either. So I'm going to dip into Primavera in the Modern Renaissance palette. And apply that again all over my lid. And hopefully this is better. Yes, this is better. And I'm going to go back to that 511 brush and blend out the edges. Okay, so I think that is better. That's more of what I was thinking of. So now I'm going to try to smoke out my upper lash line. And I'm going to be using the NARS Larger Than Life Longwear Eyeliner. And it is in the shade Via de Martelli. And I'm going to focus this more on the outer part. That's where I want more of that smokiness. So I'm just going to kind of draw a line there. And now to start smoking that line out, I'm going to go into, I think, Warm Taupe again, using the Morphe M149 brush. So I'm going to just go ahead and start applying that on the actual line and kind of just blend it out. Next time you apply it, it's probably going to blend away, but that's fine. Just reapply until you get the intensity that you want. Right, so now that I kind of got that to the intensity that I want, I'm going back to that 511 brush and kind of just going through the whole thing, making sure that it all blends in seamlessly. And I think that's pretty good for now. Okay, so I didn't notice that I pressed the pause button and I didn't record myself putting mascara, but I promise you that's all that you guys missed. So I used the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, and I think it's just in the shade, yeah, Super Black. So I just applied that on my top lashes, and now I'm going to start working on my lower lashes. So I'm going to apply the same eyeliner I used on top, so that NARS brown eyeliner, and I'm going to go ahead and place that on my waterline. Okay, and now I'm going to go back into the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm going to pick up Cypress Umber on the Morphe M432 and just tap that really closely to that lash line where I placed the eyeliner. And to smoke that out, I'm going to use the Morphe M321 and the Warm Taupe shade and just kind of brush it down here. Make sure to drag down that previous color. Now I'm going to apply some mascara to the lower lash line using that same It Cosmetics mascara. I'm just going to really quickly go through with it. I don't like a very intense lower lash. Alright, so I think that's pretty much it for the eyes. So I'm going to jump on over to highlighting my face. And I'm going to be mixing the Stila Kitten highlighter with the Fenty Beauty, which one's this one? Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal Dual highlighter. First apply the Kitten highlighter with that Morphe M501 and put that right where I placed that other liquid highlighter previously. Tap it in with my finger. Now I'm going to place a little bit of that Lightning Dust right over top of it. Oh my god, and I almost forgot I need to do my eyebrows. So I'm going to use the same old e.l.f. brow pencil in neutral brown. I'm going to get that spoolie and just comb up my brows and then just fill them in with the pencil side. Carve them out. I'm going to go into the e.l.f. correcting palette in Neutralize and this little BH Cosmetics brush. And I'm going to use a third shade in there, and I'm just going to carve them out and give them the shape that I want. To set my brows, I'm going to use the Benefit Cosmetics Give Me Brow in the shade 4.5. Just going to comb them up and set them at the same time. And as my inner corner highlight, I'm going to be using the Stila Cosmetics Eyeshadow in Kitten with another one of these little BH Cosmetics brush. Place some on my brow bone at 2. And I think that's it for face and eyes. So the only thing that's left are lips, and I'm going to line my lips using this J. Cat's lip liner. And does it have a shade? I guess Electric Crimson is a shade. I don't know, it's just super red. Just going to go ahead and line my lips. I'm not going to overdraw them just because I don't like how it looks with red. So just go over my natural lip line. And for my lip color, I'm using Stila Cosmetics Liquid Lipstick in the shade Fiery. Really thought that lip liner was going to be a lot more red, but... As you guys know by now, I like to press my lips on tissue paper after I apply liquid lipstick. I just feel like it makes it last longer and it's not going to come off throughout the day. So that's it for makeup. I'm going to go ahead and put my hair down, get it styled, and put my dress on, and I will be right back. Alright guys, so this is the completed look right here. Apparently I went for like an old Hollywood glam. It was not intentional, but I am living for it. I'm really liking how this kind of neutral bronzy eye look came out with this lip color. And I have a red dress on, so hopefully these two red shades match really well. If not, who cares? I'm going to try to include some clips of my full outfit, as well as my boyfriend out on date night tonight. And so yeah guys, I'm gonna keep this short because I am running late per usual. So I literally have to head out the door like 10 minutes ago. So please remember to like and subscribe to my channel so you guys can see all of my videos. I promise I won't be MIA again. Yeah guys, I will see you next time. Bye!